Welcome back to Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the collector world, a coin that looks simple at first glance but has captured massive attention due to its mystery, rarity rumors, and shocking claimed values. We are talking about the 1964 Liberty coin, a coin that some people believe could be worth an unbelievable amount of money, even figures like $787,000 or more being mentioned in online discussions. Now imagine this. You are holding an old coin, maybe something you got from your grandfather, maybe something sitting quietly in a drawer for years. It looks ordinary. Slightly worn. Maybe a bit faded. But what if that coin is not ordinary at all? What if it carries a story, history, and possibly a value that could change your life? That is exactly why collectors around the world are obsessed with coins like the 1964 Liberty. To understand why this coin gets so much attention, we first need to go back in time. The year 1964 was extremely important in United States coin history. It was the last year when silver was widely used in circulating coins before the government shifted to cheaper metal compositions. This alone makes coins from 1964 highly desirable because they contain real silver, giving them both intrinsic metal value and collector value. The Liberty design itself has always been iconic. Whether it is the Liberty head, the torch, or the symbolic imagery, these coins represent freedom, strength, and American identity. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, art, and a piece of the past. Now let's talk about the D mint mark. The letter D on a coin means it was minted in Denver. Coins from different mints can have different rarity levels, and sometimes even small differences can make one coin much more valuable than another. The 1964 D coins are especially interesting because large quantities were produced, but certain rare varieties or errors within those coins can make them extremely valuable. Here is where things get exciting. Not every 1964 D Liberty coin is worth a fortune. In fact, most of them are worth only a few dollars based on their silver content. But there are specific conditions that can increase the value dramatically. These include mint errors, extremely high-grade condition, and rare variations that are hard to find. For example, if a coin has a minting error such as double die features, off-center strikes, or unusual markings, collectors can pay huge amounts for it. Similarly, coins that are in perfect or near-perfect condition, often graded by professional grading services, can sell for thousands of dollars. The difference between a worn coin and a flawless one can be massive. There have also been rumors and online listings showing extremely high prices like hundreds of thousands of dollars. While most of these listings are not actual sale prices, they reflect the excitement and speculation around rare coins. Some collectors believe that certain undiscovered or unique variations of the 1964 D Liberty coin could indeed be worth a life-changing amount. Another important factor is demand. Coin collecting has grown rapidly with the rise of online marketplaces and social media. Videos showing rare coins being sold for huge amounts have inspired millions of people to check their own collections. This increased demand can push prices higher, especially for coins that are already considered rare. Condition grading plays a huge role here. Coins are graded on a scale, and even a small difference in grade can mean a huge difference in price. A coin graded as mint state, meaning it has no visible wear and looks almost new, can be worth significantly more than a circulated coin. Professional grading services carefully examine coins under magnification to determine their exact condition. Let's not forget the emotional and historical value. Coins like the 1964 D Liberty are not just collectibles. They are time capsules. They have passed through countless hands, witnessed decades of change, and survived through history. Holding such a coin connects you directly to the past. Now imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change or an old collection. The first step is to carefully inspect it. Look for the mint mark, check the date, and observe the condition. If you think it might be special, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can actually reduce its value. Instead, consider getting it evaluated by an expert or a professional grading service. There are many stories of people discovering valuable coins by accident. Someone cleaning out a drawer, someone going through old coins, someone inheriting a collection. These stories keep the excitement alive and remind us that treasure can be hidden in the most unexpected places. Another interesting aspect is how misinformation spreads. Sometimes exaggerated prices are shared online, creating unrealistic expectations. It is important to separate hype from reality. While some coins can indeed be extremely valuable, not every coin will make you rich. Knowledge is your most powerful tool in this hobby. Collectors often spend years studying coins, learning about mint marks, errors, grading, and market trends. The more you learn, the better your chances of identifying something valuable. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about passion, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. The market for coins is always changing. Prices can go up or down based on demand, rarity, and economic factors. Silver prices also play a role, especially for coins like the 1964 series that contain real silver. Keeping an eye on the market can help you understand the true value of your coins. If you are serious about collecting or investing, building relationships with other collectors and experts can be very helpful. Joining communities, attending coin shows, and participating in online forums can give you valuable insights and opportunities. The 1964 Liberty coin remains one of the most fascinating pieces for both beginners and experienced collectors. Its combination of historical significance, silver content, and potential rarity makes it a must-watch coin in the market. At the end of the day, the real value of a coin is not just measured in dollars. It is measured in the story it carries, the excitement it brings, and the journey it takes you on as a collector. Whether your coin is worth a few dollars or thousands, the thrill of discovering it is priceless. So next time you come across an old coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. You never know what you might be holding in your hand. It could be a simple piece of change, or it could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. This is Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, keep searching, and who knows, your next find might just change everything. Today we're diving deep into something that collectors, investors, and treasure hunters are constantly chasing. Liberty coins. Not just any Liberty coins, but the rare ones, the valuable ones, the ones that have sold for unbelievable prices and could still be hiding in plain sight. And yes, we're also talking about the fascinating world around 1967 coins and their surprising market value today. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary, maybe even worn out, but in reality, it's worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of Liberty coins. These coins are more than currency. They are history, art, and hidden treasure all combined into one. Liberty coins have been part of American coinage for over a century. The image of Lady Liberty represents freedom, hope, and strength. From the early flowing hair designs to the famous Walking Liberty and Seated Liberty coins, each design tells a story about the time it was created. And collectors don't just see coins, they see eras, events, and rare moments frozen in metal. Now here's where things get exciting. Not all Liberty coins are valuable, but the right one, in the right condition, with the right features, can be worth a fortune. Some Liberty coins have sold for over $1 million. And even coins that look common can surprise you if they have rare mint errors, low mintage, or unique characteristics. Let's talk about something many people overlook: condition. A coin that is scratched, worn, or damaged might only be worth a few dollars. But that same coin, if it's in mint condition, can skyrocket in value. Collectors use grading systems to determine this, and even a small difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars difference in price. Now shifting focus to 1967, this year is incredibly interesting in the coin world. Why? Because during the mid-1960s, coin production in the United States went through major changes. Silver was being removed from coins, mint marks were temporarily eliminated, and production was rushed to meet demand. This created a unique situation where certain coins from 1967 can have unusual characteristics. At first glance, a 1967 coin might not seem valuable. It doesn't have a mint mark, and millions were produced. But here's the secret: some 1967 coins have rare errors. And these errors are what collectors are willing to pay big money for. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on the wrong metal. These mistakes happened during production, and instead of being destroyed, some made it into circulation. Today, those errors can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more depending on rarity and condition, and here's something that will surprise you. Some collectors have reported values reaching into extremely high ranges when combining rarity, condition, and historical demand. While numbers like $787,976.48 may sound unbelievable, in the world of rare coins, it's not impossible when you're dealing with one-of-a-kind pieces or coins with extreme rarity and perfect grading. But let's be real for a moment. Not every Liberty coin or 1967 coin will make you rich. The key is knowing what to look for. Knowledge is your biggest weapon in coin collecting. Look closely at your coins. Check for unusual details. Is the design slightly doubled? Is the coin off-center? Does it feel heavier or lighter than normal? These small details can mean everything. Another important factor is demand. Some coins become valuable simply because collectors want them. Trends change over time. A coin that wasn't popular 20 years ago might be highly sought after today. That's why staying updated with the market is crucial. And then there's history. Coins connected to important historical moments often carry extra value. Liberty coins represent a time when craftsmanship and symbolism were deeply connected. They remind us of a different era, and collectors are willing to pay for that connection. Let's talk about silver content. Older Liberty coins often contain silver, which already gives them base value. Even if the coin isn't rare, the silver alone can make it worth more than its face value. But when you combine silver with rarity and condition, that's where the real magic happens. Now imagine this scenario. You're going through old coins at home. Maybe your parents or grandparents saved them. You find a Liberty coin. It looks old, maybe a little worn. You almost ignore it, but then you decide to check. That one decision could change everything. People have discovered rare coins in the most unexpected places. Old jars, drawers, flea markets, even pocket change. Treasure doesn't always look like treasure, sometimes it looks ordinary, and that's why this topic is so powerful. Because anyone can start. You don't need to be rich. You don't need expensive tools. All you need is curiosity and attention to detail. Let's go deeper into why collectors are obsessed with Liberty coins. It's not just about money. It's about the thrill of the hunt. The excitement of finding something rare. The feeling of holding history in your hand. Each Liberty coin has a story. Who used it? Where did it travel? What events did it witness? These questions make collecting more than just a hobby. It becomes a journey. Now back to value. The market for coins is always changing. Prices go up and down based on demand, rarity, and global interest. Some coins that were once affordable are now out of reach for most collectors. And some coins that are cheap today could become valuable in the future. This is why smart collectors don't just look at current value, they think about future potential. They study trends. They learn from experts. And they stay patient. Patience is key in this game. You might not find a rare coin today, or tomorrow, but when you do, it can be life-changing. And let's not forget auctions. Some of the highest coin sales happen at auctions where collectors compete to own rare pieces. Prices can skyrocket in seconds. A coin that starts at a few $1,000s can end up selling for hundreds of thousands or more. This is where legends are made in the coin world. Coins that break records, coins that become famous, coins that everyone talks about. Now imagine being part of that world. Imagine finding a coin that collectors dream about. That's the opportunity hidden in Liberty coins and rare years like 1967. What should you do right now? Start checking your coins. Don't ignore the old ones. Don't assume they're worthless. Take your time. Look closely. Learn what makes a coin valuable, because the truth is, the next valuable coin could already be in your possession, and if you're serious about this, keep learning. Watch more videos, read about coin history, and stay connected to the market. The more you know, the better your chances of finding something incredible. This is Coins, where every coin has a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, stay sharp, and never underestimate the value of what you already have. Today you're about to discover one of the most talked about coins in the collecting world, the 1976 D Liberty coin. This is not just an ordinary piece of metal. This is a story of history, design, mystery, and in some cases, unbelievable value reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with me closely, because what you're about to hear could completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. Let's go back to the year 1976. The United States was celebrating its 200th anniversary of independence. To honor this historic moment, special coins were released, known as bicentennial coins. Among them, the 1976 D coin minted in Denver carries a unique charm. Unlike regular coins, these featured a dual date 1776 to 1976, marking 2 centuries of American history. That alone makes them special. But what really makes certain versions of this coin worth a fortune is something far more rare. Now imagine holding a coin that looks completely normal to the untrained eye. Same weight, same design, same color. But hidden in tiny details are features that collectors would pay thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars for. The 1976 D Liberty coin has several variations, and some of them are extremely rare due to minting errors, limited production quality, or exceptional preservation. The first thing that makes this coin stand out is its design. The reverse side shows a powerful image of a colonial drummer, symbolizing the spirit of the American Revolution. Around it, you see 13 stars representing the original colonies. This design was chosen through a nationwide competition, which already adds historical importance. On the front, you still have the familiar portrait of liberty, strong and timeless, but here's where things get interesting. Not all 1976 D coins are equal. Most of them are common and worth only a few cents or dollars. But a small number were struck with extraordinary precision or mistakes. These include double die errors, off-center strikes, and coins with unusual metal compositions. These rare variations are what collectors are constantly searching for. Condition is everything. A coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, what experts call mint state, can be worth dramatically more. Even a tiny scratch or wear can reduce value significantly. But if you happen to have a 1976 D Liberty coin that looks almost untouched, shiny, and sharp in detail, you could be holding something truly valuable. Now let's talk about the big numbers. There have been cases where rare versions of bicentennial coins have sold for thousands. In extreme cases, specially graded coins with unique features have reached astonishing prices. When you hear numbers like $787,976, it sounds unbelievable. But in the world of rare coin collecting, such figures are not impossible when rarity, demand, and condition align perfectly. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying history, uniqueness, and the thrill of owning something very few people in the world have. The 1976 D Liberty coin sits right in that sweet spot. It represents a major historical event, it has unique design features, and it offers the possibility of rare variations that can skyrocket in value. So how do you know if your coin is valuable? First, check the mint mark. The small d indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the details carefully. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers. Check if the design seems slightly off-center. Look at the edges and the shine. If anything looks unusual, that's a good sign. It might be worth getting it professionally graded. Professional grading services can evaluate your coin and assign it a condition score. This score plays a huge role in determining its market value. A higher grade means a higher price. Some collectors will only buy coins that have been officially graded because it guarantees authenticity and condition. Another important factor is demand. The market for coins changes over time. Sometimes a coin becomes popular because of media attention or collector trends. When demand rises and supply remains limited, prices can increase rapidly. That's why coins like the 1976 D Liberty coin can suddenly become very valuable. There's also the emotional side of collecting. People love coins because they connect us to the past. When you hold a bicentennial coin, you're holding a piece of history from a time when an entire nation was celebrating its identity. That feeling alone makes it special, even before considering its monetary value. Let's not forget about errors. Some of the most valuable coins in the world are actually mistakes. A small error during minting can turn an ordinary coin into a rare treasure. These errors are often tiny and require careful inspection. But finding one is like discovering hidden gold. If you're serious about coin collecting, start paying attention to your change. Don't ignore those old coins lying around. That 1976 D Liberty coin you find might just be a common one, or it might be something extraordinary. The only way to know is to look closely and learn what to look for. Also remember, patience is key. Not every coin will make you rich overnight. But building knowledge and experience can lead you to incredible discoveries over time. Many collectors started with simple curiosity and ended up finding coins worth thousands, and here's something most people don't realize. The value of a coin is not fixed. It can increase over time as fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation. What might be worth a small amount today could become much more valuable in the future. That's why collectors often hold on to their best coins for years. The story of the 1976 D Liberty coin is still being written. New discoveries are made, new records are set, and collectors continue to search for the next rare piece. It's a world full of excitement, mystery, and opportunity. So next time you see a 1976 coin, don't just spend it without a second thought. Take a closer look. It might not just be a coin. It might be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. This is Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, keep searching, and who knows, your next find could change everything. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in coin collecting, the legendary Liberty coins, with a special spotlight on the mysterious 1977 D issue and its surprising presence in today's market. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand, something that looks ordinary, something you might even ignore in your daily change. Now imagine that same coin being worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million depending on condition, rarity, and hidden features. That is the magic of coin collecting, and that is exactly why Liberty coins continue to capture attention all over the world. Liberty coins are not just currency. They are a symbol of American history, freedom, and artistic craftsmanship. For decades, the image of Lady Liberty has appeared on different coins, each version telling its own story. From flowing hair to seated designs and later modern interpretations, Liberty has always represented pride and independence. Now let's move toward the real highlight, the 1977 D coin. At first glance, many people think coins from the 1970s are too modern to be valuable. That is where most people are wrong. While millions were produced, only a very small number exist in perfect condition or with rare minting errors, and that is where the real value begins. The D Mint mark represents the Denver Mint. Coins produced here often have subtle differences that only trained collectors notice. These differences can include strike quality, metal composition variations, and most importantly, minting errors. Errors are what turn a normal coin into a collector's dream. For the 1977 D Liberty-related coins, collectors look for several key features. Sharp details in Liberty's design, strong lettering, and clean surfaces without scratches or wear are extremely important. A coin that looks almost untouched can be graded very highly, and grading is everything in this market. Coin grading is done on a scale, and the highest grades are extremely rare. A coin graded in near-perfect condition can jump in value dramatically. This is how a coin that might normally be worth just a few cents or dollars can suddenly be valued in the hundreds of thousands or even more. Now let's talk about the number that caught your attention, a value close to $787,976. That kind of price is not for an ordinary coin. That value represents a perfect storm of rarity, condition, demand, and sometimes historical significance. It could be a coin with a rare error, such as double striking, off-center printing, or a unique die variation that only a few examples in the world have. Collectors are always hunting for these rare pieces. Auctions play a huge role in determining value. When two serious collectors compete for the same rare coin, the price can skyrocket. That is how records are broken and headlines are made. The history behind Liberty coins adds another layer of value. These coins connect us to different eras, economic conditions, and artistic trends. Even a coin from 1977 reflects a time when the world was changing rapidly, and the design and production methods of coins were evolving. Another important factor is metal composition. While most coins from that era are not made of precious metals like silver or gold, some variations or special issues may contain higher value materials or unique blends. Even a slight variation can increase desirability among collectors. Storage and preservation are also critical. A coin kept in perfect condition for decades is far more valuable than one that has been handled frequently. This is why serious collectors use protective cases and controlled environments to maintain their collections. There is also a psychological aspect to coin collecting. The idea that something small and overlooked can hold immense value creates excitement. It turns everyday people into treasure hunters. Every time you check your pocket change, there is a tiny chance you might find something extraordinary. The market for rare coins is global. Collectors from different countries compete, trade, and invest in coins as both a passion and a financial opportunity. Some see it as a long-term investment, while others simply enjoy the thrill of the hunt. When it comes to the 1977 Liberty-related coins, the key message is simple. Do not underestimate any coin. Check for details, look for errors, and always consider the condition. Even if you do not find $1 million piece, you might still discover something valuable. The journey of coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, curiosity, and the excitement of discovery. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth far more than its face value. So next time you come across a 1977 D coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of history, or even a hidden treasure waiting to be recognized. If you enjoy content like this, stay connected with Coins, where we uncover the secrets behind everyday currency and reveal the hidden value that most people miss. Your next big discovery could be closer than you think. Today we are diving deep into coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but carries a story of power, history, mystery, and incredible value. A coin that has traveled through time, through pockets, through generations, and today could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, even touching unbelievable numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is the fascinating world of Liberty coins, where history meets hidden fortune. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the year 1983. The world was different. Economies were shifting, collectors were quietly hunting treasures, and deep inside mint facilities, coins were being struck, millions of them. Most were ordinary. But a few, just a few, would become legends. Liberty coins are not just currency. They are symbols. The image of Liberty represents freedom, strength, and the spirit of a nation. Over decades, different versions were minted, each with its own design, composition, and story. Some featured flowing hair, some carried a torch, some stood proudly with a shield. But all had one thing in common: they were never meant to be priceless treasures. And yet, today, some of them are. Now here is where things become exciting. Not every Liberty coin is valuable. In fact, most are still worth only their face value or slightly more. But certain rare pieces, because of minting errors, limited production, or historical importance, have skyrocketed in value. And this is where collectors begin their hunt. Let's talk about 1983. At first glance, it seems like just another year in coin production. But collectors know something most people don't. In 1983, some coins were struck under unusual conditions. Quality control was different. Some coins were released without proper mint sets. This created scarcity in higher-grade coins. And in the world of coin collecting, scarcity is everything. Imagine two coins that look identical. One is worth a few cents. The other could be worth thousands. Why? Condition. A perfectly preserved coin, with sharp details, no scratches, no wear, what collectors call mint state, can multiply its value dramatically. A Liberty coin from 1983 in average condition might be common. But in near-perfect condition, it becomes rare. And rare means valuable. Now let's go deeper. Errors. Mint errors are like hidden secrets. A misprint. A double strike. An off-center design. These are mistakes, but in the collector's world, mistakes are gold. Some Liberty coins have been found with double images, where the design appears slightly duplicated. Others have missing elements or unusual textures. These rare variations can turn a simple coin into a collector's dream, and then comes the market. The coin market is like a silent auction happening all over the world. Collectors, investors, historians, all competing for the rarest pieces. Prices rise not just because of age, but because of demand. When a rare Liberty coin appears, collectors don't hesitate. Bidding wars can push prices to shocking levels. You may have heard numbers that sound unbelievable, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even figures like $787,976.45 being discussed. These are not everyday sales, but they represent the peak of what rare coins can achieve. When a coin is extremely rare, in perfect condition, and highly desired, its value can reach almost any number, but here is the most exciting part. These coins are still out there. Hidden in collections. Forgotten in drawers. Passed down in families. Even sitting unnoticed in old coin jars. Many people don't realize what they have. A coin they see as ordinary might actually be a rare Liberty piece waiting to be discovered. Think about the journey of such a coin. It starts in a mint, gets released into circulation, travels through countless hands, and somehow survives in good condition. Decades later, someone finally notices its uniqueness. That moment, when an ordinary coin becomes extraordinary, is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Collectors often use magnifying glasses, special lighting, and grading systems to examine coins. Every tiny detail matters. The sharpness of Liberty's face. The clarity of the date. The edges. The shine. Each factor adds to the coin's story and its value, and history plays a powerful role. Liberty coins are connected to the past. They reflect the economy, the art, and the culture of their time. Owning one is like owning a piece of history. That emotional connection is another reason why collectors are willing to pay so much. Now imagine building your own collection. Starting small. Learning how to identify rare features. Checking dates, mint marks, and conditions. Over time, your knowledge grows. And one day, you might find something incredible. A coin that changes everything. The world of Liberty coins is not just about money. It's about discovery. It's about curiosity. It's about seeing value where others don't. Every coin has a story, but only a few have the power to surprise the world. So next time you see an old coin, don't ignore it. Look closer. Turn it under the light. Check the date. Feel its weight. Because you never know, that small piece of metal could be hiding a fortune. This is why collectors stay alert. This is why the market keeps growing. And this is why Liberty coins continue to capture attention across the globe. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins that collectors and treasure hunters are constantly searching for. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance but can carry an extraordinary value depending on its condition, rarity, and small hidden details. We are talking about the Liberty coin, especially the 1987 D mint version, and why some people believe certain examples could be worth life-changing money. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand. It feels light, common, maybe even forgettable. But what if that same coin could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? This is the thrill of coin collecting. The idea that something so small and overlooked can carry deep historical significance and surprising value. the Liberty design has always been one of the most iconic symbols in coin history. Liberty represents freedom, independence, and the spirit of a nation. Over the years, many coins have featured Lady Liberty, each with its own unique design, story, and collector demand. These coins are not just currency. They are pieces of history frozen in metal. Now let us focus on the 1987 D coin. The letter D represents the Denver Mint, one of the major coin-producing facilities. Millions of coins were minted there, which might make you think they are not rare. But here is where things get interesting. Not every coin is created equal. Even within the same year and mint, some coins stand out due to errors, condition, or unique characteristics. Collectors pay very close attention to grading. A coin in average circulated condition may only be worth its face value. But a coin in mint state condition, meaning it has never been used and shows no wear, can be worth significantly more. The difference between a worn coin and a pristine one can mean the difference between a few cents and thousands of dollars. There are also mint errors that can dramatically increase value. These include double strikes, off-center designs, misprints, or unusual metal compositions. If a 1987 D Liberty coin has any of these features, its value can rise rapidly in the collector market. This is why experts always recommend checking coins carefully instead of ignoring them. Another factor that plays a huge role is rarity. Even though millions of coins were produced, only a small number survive in perfect condition. Over time, coins get damaged, lost, or worn down. That makes high-quality examples much harder to find. And when demand is high but supply is low, prices can skyrocket. The claim of extremely high values like hundreds of thousands or more is often connected to very rare cases. These might include coins with unique minting errors or coins that have been professionally graded at the highest possible level. These are the kinds of coins that end up in auctions, where collectors compete and push prices higher and higher. History also adds value. The late 1980s was a time of strong coin production in the United States, but also a time when collectors started paying closer attention to modern coins. This shift created a new wave of interest in coins that were once considered too common to collect. Suddenly, coins like the 1987 D started getting a second look. Condition, rarity, demand, and historical interest all come together to determine value. A coin is not valuable just because of its age. It becomes valuable when collectors want it and cannot easily find it in top condition. This is the secret behind high-value coins. That if you are watching this right now, you might already have coins in your pocket, drawer, or old collection that you have never checked properly. This is your moment to start paying attention. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, and the overall condition. Use a magnifying glass if you can. Small details can make a big difference. Professional grading services can also help determine the true value of a coin. They examine coins carefully and assign a grade based on strict standards. Coins with higher grades often sell for much higher prices. This is why serious collectors rely on grading to confirm authenticity and quality. Another important point is market demand. Coin values are not fixed. They change over time based on collector interest. A coin that is not highly valued today could become very popular in the future. This is why collecting coins is not just about money. It is also about patience and understanding trends. The story of the Liberty coin is more than just metal and design. It is a story of history, craftsmanship, and the possibility of hidden wealth. Every coin has a journey. From the moment it is minted to the moment it reaches your hand, it carries a piece of time with it. Think about how many coins pass through your hands every day. Most people do not even look at them. They spend them without a second thought. But collectors see something different. They see potential. They see history. They see opportunity. That if you are serious about finding valuable coins, you need to develop an eye for detail. Learn about different mint marks. Study coin designs. Understand grading systems. The more knowledge you have, the better your chances of discovering something valuable. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the unknown. You never know when you might find a rare piece. It could be in your pocket change, an old jar, or a forgotten collection. That is what makes this hobby so thrilling. Some collectors spend years searching for specific coins. Others get lucky and find something valuable early on. But one thing is certain. The more you look, the more you learn, and the more chances you create for yourself. So next time you come across a 1987 D Liberty coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. Check its condition. Look for any unusual features. It might just be another coin, or it might be something much more valuable than you ever imagined. This is the world of coins, where small details create big opportunities. Stay curious, stay observant, and keep searching. Because you never know when a simple coin could change everything, and if you enjoy discovering hidden value and learning about rare coins, make sure to stay connected with coins, where every piece of metal has a story and every story could lead to treasure. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about categories in the world of numismatics, the legendary Liberty coins. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they are time capsules, symbols of power, freedom, and sometimes unbelievable wealth. Imagine holding a coin that looks simple at first glance, maybe even worn out, but in reality it could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more. That is the magic of Liberty coins. Many collectors and even ordinary people overlook them, but those who understand their true value know that these coins can tell stories of centuries, wars, economic changes, and artistic excellence. Let's go back in time. Liberty coins were introduced in the United States in the late 18th and 19th centuries. The figure of liberty itself represents freedom, independence, and national identity. Over time, this figure appeared in many designs such as the draped bust, seated liberty, liberty head, and walking liberty. Each design carries its own unique beauty and historical importance. These coins were not just currency, they were symbols of a growing nation. Now here is where things get interesting. Not all Liberty coins are equal. Some were produced in large numbers and are still common today. But others were minted in very limited quantities, or have rare errors, or survived in exceptional condition. These are the coins that collectors hunt for like treasure hunters searching for gold. Let's talk about the year 1991, because many people believe that only very old coins are valuable, but that is not always true. Certain Liberty-style commemorative coins and silver bullion coins connected to Liberty designs were still being minted in modern times, and their value today depends heavily on condition, rarity, mint mark, and demand in the collector market. If you have a coin from 1991 featuring Liberty, the first thing you must check is its condition. A coin in perfect uncirculated condition can be worth many times more than the same coin that has been heavily used. Small details matter, like shine, scratches, and even the sharpness of the design. Professional grading services can assign a grade that significantly increases the coin's market value. Now let's talk about the market. The current market for Liberty coins is very strong. Collectors all around the world are constantly buying and selling these coins. Prices change based on demand, precious metal value, and rarity. Some Liberty coins that were once sold for a few dollars are now worth hundreds or even thousands. Rare examples can go much higher. There have been cases where Liberty coins sold for extremely high prices at auctions. Coins with historical significance or extremely rare minting errors can reach astonishing values. This is where the dream number comes in. Many people search for coins worth massive amounts like $700,000 or more. While such extreme values are rare, they are not impossible. Coins in perfect condition with unique characteristics can reach incredible prices. One of the most famous Liberty coin designs is the Walking Liberty $50. Its design is so iconic that it is still used today on American silver bullion coins. This shows how powerful and timeless the Liberty image is. Collectors love this design because it combines beauty with history. Another important factor is mint marks. Coins minted in different locations can have different values. A small letter on the coin can change everything. Some mint locations produced fewer coins, making them much rarer today. Always check for these details because they can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable treasure. Now think about this. Somewhere in the world, maybe even in your home, there could be a Liberty coin sitting unnoticed. It might be in an old collection, a drawer, or passed down from family. Many valuable coins are discovered this way. People often do not realize what they have until they take a closer look. The history behind Liberty coins is also deeply connected to the economy of their time. During periods of war or financial crisis, coin production changed. Sometimes fewer coins were made, sometimes the metal composition changed. These factors make certain coins rare and highly desirable today. Collectors are not just buying coins, they are buying stories. Every scratch, every detail, every year stamped on the coin connects to a moment in history. This emotional and historical connection is one of the reasons why prices can rise so high. If you are serious about finding valuable Liberty coins, start by learning. Study the designs, the years, and the mint marks. Use magnification tools to inspect your coins carefully. Even a small detail can make a big difference. Do not clean your coins, because cleaning can reduce their value significantly. Also remember that the market is always changing. A coin that is not very valuable today could become valuable in the future as demand increases. This is why many collectors hold on to their coins for years. The dream of finding a coin worth a huge amount of money is what drives many people into this hobby. And sometimes, that dream becomes reality. There are real stories of people discovering rare coins worth thousands in ordinary places. So the next time you see a Liberty coin, do not ignore it. Look closely. Check the year, the condition, the details. That small piece of metal could be more than just a coin. It could be history. It could be art. It could be your hidden treasure. This is Coins, where every coin has a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, maybe your next discovery will be the one that changes everything. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the world of coin collecting, the story, mystery, and unbelievable market value behind top Liberty coins, including the famous 2005 D issue that has collectors searching through their coins right now. Imagine holding a coin that looks completely ordinary, something you might ignore or spend without a second thought, yet it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even an eye-popping amount like $787,976.42. That number sounds unreal, but in the world of rare coins, it is not impossible. The difference between a common coin and a valuable one often comes down to tiny details that most people never notice. The Liberty design has always held a special place in coin history. The figure of Liberty represents freedom, independence, and the identity of a nation. Over the years, Liberty coins have appeared in many forms, from classic silver dollars to modern mint issues. Each version carries its own story, and collectors are constantly searching for rare variations, mint errors, and limited releases. Now let's talk about the 2005 D coin. The D mint mark means the coin was produced in Denver, one of the major minting locations. At first glance, a 2005 D coin might seem common, because millions were produced. But this is where things get interesting. Not all coins are created equal. Some coins leave the mint with unique features such as misprints, double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual metal compositions. These rare variations are what turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. In the current market, coin values are driven by demand, rarity, and condition. A coin in perfect condition, often referred to as mint state, can be worth many times more than the same coin that has been circulated. Even a small scratch or wear can reduce the value significantly. On the other hand, a rare error coin in excellent condition can skyrocket in price. Collectors today are paying serious attention to Liberty coins because of their historical importance and the potential for hidden value. Some rare Liberty coins have sold for astonishing amounts at auctions, and this has created a wave of excitement among both experienced collectors and beginners. People are now checking their old jars, wallets, and collections, hoping to find that one special coin. The idea that a coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars is what makes this hobby so exciting. It is not just about money, it is about discovery. Every coin has a journey. It passes through hands, travels across cities, and carries history with it. When you find a rare coin, you are not just finding value, you are uncovering a piece of the past. The market for coins is constantly changing. Prices go up and down depending on collector interest, economic conditions, and new discoveries. A coin that was once considered common can suddenly become rare if new information comes to light. This is why staying informed is so important. Knowledge is the key to recognizing value. If you have a 2005 D coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. Check for unusual markings, errors, or anything that looks different from a standard coin. Use a magnifying glass if you can. Compare it with images online. Sometimes the smallest detail can make the biggest difference. Another important factor is grading. Professional coin grading services evaluate coins based on their condition and authenticity. A graded coin often has a higher market value because buyers trust the certification. If you believe you have a rare coin, getting it professionally graded could be a smart move. The story of Liberty coins is not just about metal and design. It is about history, art, and the excitement of the hunt. From early American coinage to modern mint releases, Liberty has remained a symbol of pride and value. Collectors around the world continue to search for these coins, hoping to find something truly special. Think about this for a moment. Somewhere out there, a coin worth a fortune could be sitting unnoticed. It might be in a drawer, a piggy bank, or even in your pocket right now. The idea that such value can hide in plain sight is what makes coin collecting so addictive. As we move forward, the demand for rare coins is expected to grow. More people are entering the hobby, and online marketplaces have made it easier than ever to buy and sell coins. This increased interest means that rare coins could become even more valuable in the future. So the next time you come across a Liberty coin, especially a 2005 D, do not just spend it. Take a moment to examine it. You might be holding something far more valuable than you think. The thrill of discovery, the connection to history, and the possibility of finding a hidden treasure are what make this journey so exciting. Stay tuned to Coins for more incredible stories, hidden values, and tips that could help you turn ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. Because in this world, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune.